Hey there, welcome back to our second episode of
Blueprints, big ideas.
Today. We're talking about something real exciting, the new student resident at Lambton College. What makes this episode really special? Our guest, Michael K. from Tiburi Property, one of the amazing people helping bring this project to life. Michael walk us through the journey from the first idea to the truthful details that make this place feel like home. He mentioned that this project is more than just a building. It's a space designed for students by students to live comfortable, meet new people, and grow together. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and watch the next clip.
Welcome again, Michael. It's really a privilege to have you here. We appreciate your time and we don't take that for granted. We have the information that you're a co-founder and partner at Tilbury Properties, and also another reason why we believe that we are happy to have you here is because we have that information that your grandfather was one of his construction company was appointed to build one of the first Lambton College buildings. Yeah, so it's a great privilege to have you here because we believe that that connection is important. Okay, just to start, we would like to, get what was the vision behind the new residence, and for Lambton College, what was the vision that you had or that the partners had for the new residence?
Well, first and foremost, really excited to be here on your podcast. And there's very few things I like talking about more than the new residence that we're building at Lambton College. So thank you for having me. In terms of what the vision was behind the design, I think at the end of the day, the vision behind it really came back to bringing a modern, purpose-built, student-focused home away from home to Lambton College students.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense because the way technology is driving now, it's good for students to have that fast-paced, we'll call it residence, that also helps them not just in their life but in their studies. So can you let us know or walk us through some of the key features that are specifically tailored, with the modern technology that are tailored to the student life?
So long before we got involved with the project, the college actually engaged an organization to conduct a demand study and survey. So as we were thinking about how to design the building and what features to include in the building, we were actually provided with a lot of really good information that had been gathered from speaking with Lambton College students. We needed to design a building that was purpose-built for students, but that also took into account, what it meant to be a Lambton College student, what it meant to be a Lion. So we looked at the existing residence, and one of the key features, of that building was that there's a really nice outdoor patio. So something that you're going to see in the new residence that's unique, that's a key feature, is we're actually building an outdoor courtyard, an outdoor patio, and making sure that sense of place that was really important to Lambton College students before a new residence is maintained in that residence. Key features within the building are also centered around, sense of community. So that outdoor patio builds upon that, but we also have many community spaces within the building. A large house lounge on the main floor of the building, floor lounges on each floor of the residence, study spaces, many places where students can get out of their rooms and have that sense of community, which was, spoken about through the surveys that we were provided, that the college understood the students were looking for. Other key features are, a variety of different types of suites. So you'll see in our building, it's somewhat unique in that half of the building is a hybrid suite style, where a student has their own private living space and shares a bathroom with one other student. And then within the floor lounges, there are communal kitchens for those living in these hybrid suites. And then the other wing of the building is made up of apartment style suites, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartments. So what we understood through the surveys and the research that we conducted in terms of how to design this building was that a variety of different living styles was being desired. So we built that into the design and is a key feature of the building.
Yes. So I think you already answered my next questions, because I was going to ask like what considerations were put in place, and it makes sense that there was a survey done at first to discuss and get information from the students, because it has to come from their point of view. Would you say that these are like new improvements as compared to the old building? Like what is the major difference from the old building?
For sure. So the biggest thing is this concept of purpose built. So the old residence, although it serves a function and is adequate for student living, it wasn't purpose built for students. It was a converted hotel. So you really can't compare the two. The new residence is going to be such an elevated and modern solution compared to what's currently on campus. And that's demonstrated through a number of things. Sure, we have an outdoor patio that's elevating an existing experience, but when we talk about house lounges, floor lounges, these are all designed. The architects worked in terms of where these are located within the building to really encourage students to come out of their living quarters and be part of a community. And you're looking at how the flow of how people travel through a building.
Yes.
We have a really unique central staircase in the building, and it's made of multiple pieces of glass. And as you go up through this central staircase, you're connected to the floor lounges and the house lounge, so that you're able to see in. And it really animates the building and creates that experience for the students. So think about you're traveling up the central staircase, you look through, the glass windows on the 3rd floor, and you see some of your friends in that floor lounge. Oh, I'm going to pop in and say hi to them. So you're really animating the space, creating that sense of community, natural light flowing through that central staircase. So answer short, you really can't compare the two. This is just going to be a modern, elevated, purpose-built student accommodation.
So I like how your responses are answering the questions that I'm going to ask next, because from what you just said, it means that the features and the designs, they were specifically tailored for student needs and to have that sense of home and have that sense of community. So you're not just passing through a residence, you're connecting with other students, you have that feeling of you're at home and there's someone to talk to at every point. Okay, thank you for that. And how would you say that the design of the new residence is preparing for future needs of students, like students in future that would want to come to Lambton College, like integrating technology and any other like flexible spaces?
In answering that question, you can go all the way back to the beginning. So when we're talking about what site did we pick? What's the site orientation of the building? How are students going to interact with the rest of campus? And how is this building going to interact with the rest of campus? How are we going to integrate different pieces of modern technology into the building in order to make sure that students are able to access that technology in order to make sure that they are being supported in their academic journey? Again, coming back to the sense of community and flexible space, we have study spaces throughout, floor lounges throughout. If I'm a student thinking about coming to Lambton College and I need somewhere to live, my home away from home, this building is going to meet all of the modern needs of a student, whether that's technology driven, whether that is accessibility to the rest of campus, whether that is the ability to have the best of both worlds, a private living space, along with being able to get out of your room and interact with the other residents of the building. You have to go back to the beginning in order to start to build up just how specific this design has been put together, not only for students, but also for Lambton College students.
I also think the location is something else that is perfect and student focused, because where it's located in school, it's directly close to the main entrance. Yes. What was the approach to making the new residence, to make it feel like welcoming and modern and student friendly? Like, what was the thought from the beginning? So that once they step in there, they know, oh, I love this place. I want to be here.
So your question hits upon more than just design. It also is hitting upon operations. So is an element of how thoughtful the design is, how the architects and consultants have worked to design this building, but it will also tie into how this building is operating. So from day one, we've thought about, again, coming back to the site orientation, you just mentioned it. It really is designed almost like two arms, welcoming students from main campus into the student residence. You enter into the lobby. The lobby is an open space where you're greeted by the resident staff, the operations portion of the building. So immediately you are met with a friendly face. Every sort of aspect of how we thought about designing this building and how we plan to operate the building is to make that student feel proud to be at Lambton College and embarking on this next stage of their academic journey, welcomed by both the architecture and the staff. I think that when you walk in the building, you'll have a great sense of community, as we've talked about, just all of these communal spaces that are inviting students to gather and come together. And I think that as you step into the building, you're going to feel connected. You're going to feel connected to campus. You're going to feel connected to your peers.
You said proud. Would like to know, like, when you think of this project, the new student residence, what would you say makes you proud of it or proud to be involved in it?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a loaded question. You introduced me on the podcast with a mention of my grandfather and how my grandfather was part of being involved, being able to follow in his footsteps and be able to have an impact on the region. Something that wasn't mentioned was we have great ties to the region as well. I went to school at the University of Windsor. My family's from the area. So I think I'm really proud of being able to come back into a community that we value and that values us, is something to be really proud of. I'm also proud of the partnership. We've broken ground on the new residence, but what a lot of people don't see is before shovels go into the ground, there are years of effort and work that goes into getting the building to that point. So we have spent years developing a really strong partnership with Lambton College and the region, and I'm really proud of that and proud of how that partnership is going to continue to flourish.
So I don't know if you have any questions for me, but if you don't have, we would like to say thank you. I would like to say thank you so much. It's been great having you here. This would really, really help what we are doing, our projects. Yes, even if we don't extend it, because I know that was one of your questions, but it would really be it has really been helpful having you on this podcast to enlighten us more. It won't just help our final submission, but it will help to give us more. It has helped to give us more knowledge on what the residence is about. Like, speaking to you and getting that raw information from you has been a privilege. So if you don't have any final comments to round it up, I would say thank you.
I would say thank you to you as well. We talked about being proud, and I'm proud to have been invited onto this podcast. I'm really proud of the work that we're doing with the college, and excited to support you and your fellow students in this program that you're in.
Thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate your time, and we hope next time when we come calling, we'll still get that time, or we'll still get some time from you. It was really great to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Blueprints, big ideas.
Blueprints, big ideas.